Hello, my name is Colonel Donn Yates. I'm the commander of the 4th Fighter Wing at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. And I'm doing this interview today to tell you about how awesome my experience at Air Command and Staff College was as a graduate in 2009, and all the amazing things I learned there that I was able to apply or have been able to apply throughout my career. I remember leaving Nellis Air Force Base in summer of 2008, extremely burnt out and wondering what the future held for me. I had friends that were going to Naval Postgraduate School, legislative liaisons, and other fellowships, Army Command and Staff. And so I felt kind of left out because I was going to ACSC at Maxwell, thinking it was only going to be SOS version 2 in what I had experienced previously during PME in my younger officer career. What I was able to find out though, through that year at ACSC, was I had an amazing year meeting friends, learning new things, and being able to take what I had learned and apply them throughout my career. The three things that I take away from my time at ACSC, number one, is ACSC is what you get. How much you get out of it is what you put into it. I was able to volunteer for what we called the Operations Design Elective, which is now called the Multi-Domain Operations Strategist. And that really capped my education that I had got here at Nellis Air Force Base. If you take your framework, or you take a framework that includes the 3 levels of warfare, tactical, operational, and strategic. I had left Nellis as a tactical expert as an instructor at the weapons school. Now I go to ACSC, I'm learning operational design, and I'm also able to learn the operational level of war, which I was able to basically build the framework, and then from there go on to an advanced studies graduate program at SAS, where I could learn international relations theory, all kinds of different history, air power perspectives, and apply the strategic level of warfare so that I became a person that could talk tactical, operational, and strategic. The second thing I wanted to talk about was how awesome the experience was in the relationships that I've made. Some of the relationships that I've made from our sister services, I still carry to this day. And whenever I'm trying to reach out to find an answer or try to develop a different perspective, I often reach out to Colonel Rob Bourne, who's a Brigade Combat Team or BCT commander, and ask his perspective. Or Tim Missler, a U.S. Marine Corps Lieutenant Colonel who flies C-130s, and ask him his perspective. The joint experience and the relationships that I was able to develop over that year have helped me tremendously throughout my career. And the third thing that I wanted to talk about was just learning culture. And this is something that kind of gets glossed over a lot in the Air Command and Staff College experience. But by interacting with different countries, interacting with different forces, different people, different expertise, even within my own service, by understanding culture, I've been able to figure out where different communities develop their perspectives to be able to come together and achieve unity of action. I found that's been beneficial not only in the Air Force, but also in the Joint Force, being able to understand that. And so those three kinds of things have taken me and helped me to this day. So what else do I take away from my year at Air Command and Staff College? It was fun. Living there was actually a great experience, and I've been back several times to see Montgomery and all the things that it is able to provide for the families and spouses and everything that goes on there. Whether you're doing activities in downtown Montgomery, or going on to use boats or tube out in Lake Martin, the whole experience and the social life at Maxwell is incredibly awesome. I'm here to tell you that. I've been able to use many of the techniques that I have learned, or that I learned back in 2008, 2009, and taken those forward, and they've applied not only in my staff job at the Joint Special Operations Command, but also working in my command jobs at the Squadron Command and Group Command, and now at the Wing Command. The operational design framework that I learned as a major, I still use to this day, and I'm using it as I move forward, developing my own strategy for how I run the wing at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. ACSC is a great first step towards making sure you develop yourself for the future and making sure you understand the Air Force's air power perspective. Thanks.